Describe a piece of good advice that you gave to someone. You should say who you gave the advice to, what the advice was, why you gave the advice, and explain how he/she followed your advice. Introduction. Although I have offered advice to many people on numerous occasions, such as about education, relationship, academic, money management, and all that jazz, here I would like to talk about a piece of safety advice I once gave to my younger brother, Hemant. Who you gave the advice to? One day, Hemant and his friends were planning to go on a hiking trip in the nearby forest near Shimla. They were excited and all set to go, but they didn't have much experience with hiking and outdoor activities. That's when I stepped in with some safety advice. What the advice was? I advised Hemant and his friends to prepare well for the hike. First, I told them to check the weather forecast and make sure they were going on a clear day. Then, I emphasized the importance of wearing appropriate clothing and shoes, like sturdy hiking boots and comfortable leis. Next, I advised them to bring essential items like a map, compass, and a fully charged cell phone. I also reminded them to pack enough water and snacks to stay hydrated and energized during the hike. For safety, I encouraged them to hike together as a group and not to wander off alone. I explained that it's easier to get lost in the woods if you're not careful. Additionally, I told them to be aware of their surroundings, follow trail markers, and not to disturb wildlife. Why you gave the advice? I gave this advice because I wanted to make sure my brother and his friends had a safe and enjoyable hiking experience. The forest could be a bit challenging for newcomers, and I wanted to ensure they were prepared for any unexpected situations. And explain how he/she followed your advice. Hemant and his friends listened to my advice and followed it carefully. They dressed appropriately, packed their bags with essentials, and stayed together during the hike. Thankfully, they had a fantastic time and returned safely without any problems. My brother later thanked me for the advice and said it made them feel more confident and secure during their hiking adventure. It was a great reminder that a little safety advice can go a long way in ensuring a fun and secure outdoor experience. So, this was the advice that I gave to someone. Follow-up questions. 1. Do you think parents should give their children advice? Yes, parents should provide offspring advice because they have more experience and want to help them make good choices. Parents can give advice about things like safety, manners, and life lessons. 2. Should teachers give students advice? Yes, I believe that teachers should give students advice because they help students learn and grow. Teachers can give advice about schoolwork, study habits, and how to be a better student. 3. Do you think it is necessary for us to listen to friends' advice? Yes, it's important to listen to friends' advice as they care about us and may have different perspectives. We should consider their advice, but it's also okay to make our own decisions. 4. How do people give young people and old people advice? People share advice with both young and old individuals by talking to them, writing messages, using social media, having face-to-face conversations, seeking professional guidance, sharing stories, recommending resources, providing support, and setting good examples. It depends on the situation and relationship. 5. What are the areas in which people are more or less willing to accept advice? People are more willing to accept advice in areas where they trust the person giving advice and when it's about something they care about. They might be less willing if they feel like the advice is not helpful or if they don't know the person well. 6. Have you ever received any advice from professional people, like a doctor, a lawyer, or a teacher? Yes, I have got advice from professional people like doctors, lawyers, and teachers. For example, last year, my family doctor suggested me to start some healthy lifestyle activities as I was putting on weight. They usually give advice based on their expertise to help with health, legal, or educational matters. It's important to listen to their advice to make informed decisions. Thanks for watching. Share and subscribe our channel for more videos.